Are you letting your situation dictate to you, or are you dictating to your situation? At certain times in our lives, I think everybody can attest to the fact that they face some things that are tough, and they threaten to break our faith. They threaten to break us, but most of the time these things are just a test. And obviously God isn't going to give us a situation that we can't handle, but most of the time we have to take that step of faith and do something about it. John 5 tells us a story about a man, and this man was seated by a pool, and every so often the angels, they used to come down and stir the pool, and they used to cause whoever steps into the pool to become healed. And this man, he was seated right by the pool, and he sat there for 35 years because no one would take him into the pool. Jesus came to this guy and he asked him, "Do you want to be made well?" And what I take from that is, how bad do you actually want this? How bad do you want this delivering? How bad do you want this healing? Because if you wanted it bad enough, you would try everything in your power to get it. And just sitting here for 35 years, waiting for somebody to put you in, you've obviously not exhausted all the avenues that you could have. You've obviously just sat here and wallowed in self-pity, waiting for someone to hand it to you. And it doesn't work like that. You have to want it. You have to work for it. You can't just sit there and allow other people to fight for your deliverance, to fight for your breakthrough. You have to want it for yourself. Jesus asks him, "Do you want to be made well?" And the first thing this guy says is, "There's nobody to put me in the pool." It just goes to show you that this guy, he was so comfortable in his situation that even when somebody comes and it looks as though they're trying to help him, it looks as though they could possibly be his way out, and the first thing he says is, "There's nobody to put me in." The first thing that he does is basically show doubt. The first thing that he does is show how little faith he has. The first thing he does is come up with an excuse. And we have to look at this and say, I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be so comfortable, well, not comfortable in my situation. I don't want to be so accepting of my situation that I find myself I find myself not even realizing when my breakthrough has come. I find myself not even realizing that my way out is right in front of me, because I've become so accustomed to the situation I'm in. Paul and Silas were imprisoned, and instead of looking at it as, oh, well, I can't do anything now, I'm in prison, that's the end of that, this is my situation, that's the end of that, I can't do anything about it. No, instead of doing that, Paul and Silas, Acts 16 and 25 says that Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and suddenly there was a violent earthquake, and the foundations of the prison were shaken. So instead of allowing what had happened, what had taken place, to be the end of it all, no, Paul and Silas didn't accept that. Instead of doing that, in spite of what they were going through, in spite of being imprisoned, in spite of their plans being messed up, Paul and Silas decided, I'm not going to allow this to stop me from giving thanks to God. I'm not going to allow this to stop me from believing in the promises that He made me. Paul and Silas decided, I'm going to pray. I'm going to offer up a prayer. I'm going to offer up praise. And because of that, because of their faith, God, he opened the prison's door, and people came to Christ because of their faith. So it's just a testament to the fact that we can't allow circumstances to cause us to become stagnated. We can't allow things to happen that make us just allow the enemy to win. We have to continuously say, well, if this happens, I'm going to still trust God. If this happens, I'm going to still give him praise. If this happens, I'm going to still give thanks, because I know the promises that he made me. I know that he is bigger than any situation. I know that he can deliver me out of anything. Are you dictating to your circumstances, or are your circumstances dictating to you?